Let's take a look over the notification center, and then we will show you what all toggles you have. So this is how the notification center look like. You have all the options of replying to an email as well from the notification directly. This is how the toggles will look like. The toggles have control for brightness, Wi-Fi, airplane mode, location, Bluetooth, and data and other things. We can actually see the battery indication as well in the toggles, which tells you how much battery is there on the device. So let's go into settings and let's take a look over the version of Android. So when it comes to version of Android, it is having Android 4.4.4, which is the latest version of Android as of now. That means you can actually expect to get the latest version of Android on this device as soon as possible, because software updates are going to be controlled from Google side in this case for this phone. For all the Android One phones, including this one, you will get software updates directly from Google, so you don't need to wait for Spice to release an update. You don't need to wait for Micromax in case you are having a Micromax phone which is an Android One phone. So you can get the updates directly on these phones, and this is the best thing about these phones, that you will get latest version of Android on these devices which will run, and they will be pushed from Google. Let's take a look over the storage information. We have the storage information over there. And when it comes to storage, this device has limited internal storage, which is 4 GB only, and out of 4 GB 2.27 is available to the user, and out of 2.27 GB, because we have installed certain applications and game, we have 1.24 GB available. So when it comes to SD card support, you do have SD card support as well, and as of now SD card does have some amount of application data, because whenever you install an application, some of the heavy application like games will store some part of the application data on the SD card, and that is something for which you can use the SD card, but you cannot move application from the phone memory to the SD card, which is not supported on this phone, and this is something I would like to clarify. And you cannot install applications directly on the SD card as well, so you cannot set the SD card as a default write disk by default on this phone. Let's take a look over the RAM scenario. RAM on this device is 1 GB. And as of now, we are not running too many applications in the background. So let's take a look what is the current status of the RAM. So we have approximately 548 MB of RAM, and you will get approximately 600 MB of RAM free on the first boot. So the amount of free RAM which you have on this device is definitely good, and the phone is responsive. I do not notice any kind of lag or any other UI issues on this phone, which is the most beautiful thing for this phone. Let's take a look over the display settings. Over here on the display, we can see that we do have support for automatic brightness, and wireless display is also supported. So you do have the option of casting your screen wirelessly with the help of other devices. When we talk about wallpaper, this is how the wallpaper will be supported. You have support for live wallpapers, static wallpapers, but video wallpapers are not supported. You can make them supported with the help of third-party application. You do have support for tethering and portable Wi-Fi hotspot. So just like any other Android phone, you will have that option over here as well. So you can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot. You have support for USB tethering, and Bluetooth tethering is also supported. You also have support for managing the SIM card. So you have a dual SIM manager on this device, in which you can specify which SIM card you would like to use for data and which one you would like to use for calling. Let's take a look over the sound settings. So when it comes to sound settings, we have the option of controlling the phone whether it should vibrate in ringing. You can also disable the touch sounds and vibrate on touch as well in case that is annoying. So this is how you can turn off the haptic feedback on this device. So in terms of connectivity and options, it is good enough. When it comes to GPS navigation is also supported. It does have magnetic field sensor as well. So GPS navigation will be precise, much better than any other phone which may not have the magnetic field sensor, but doing GPS navigation, this device will be more accurate. And in terms of GPS navigation, we have tested this device in the last 2 days, and it does work pretty well. Outdoors, it can easily log the coordinates, and indoors, it might take some time, but it can also log coordinates, the GPS coordinate indoors as well.